Well, today I want to try something different. In the spirit of October and Halloween and El Día de los Muertos, I wanted to share some very creepy stories that are real and that have happened to me. So I really hope you enjoy. But first of all, this video is sponsored by me and my book Not Broken, and it's YA fantasy, and you can find all the information down below if you're interested. But enough of that, let's go back to the video. This is so awkward and I'm a little bit scared. Some of them I really don't like because they really scared me. And you can hear the dogs in the background. Okay, I think the dogs are quiet now. Anyway, the first story started about, gosh, I think like 10 years ago. It's been quite a while, and this one is quite creepy. At that time, I wasn't feeling my best. I didn't know it yet, but I had hypothyroidism. I'm gonna write it somewhere in here, and it was really bad. I was really sick, but I didn't know where it was, and so it was affecting me in a lot of ways. And I couldn't sleep. I was having a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic attacks and stuff. And whenever I couldn't sleep, it was like 4 hours. And the creepy thing is, whenever I woke up for about a week or 2 weeks, I think, I would wake up and the palms of my hands were dark. They were covered in this very weird dust, and it was black, and I had no idea how it got there. Like, I had nothing in my room or in the apartment we used to live in, because I used to live with my parents and my sister. Again, this was quite a while ago, and I had nothing in my house that could do that. Like, I came up with so many different stories, like maybe, or explanations rather, like maybe in my sleep I crawled under my bed, or like, I don't know, but it has never happened to me, like sleepwalking or anything. So it was really weird, and even if I did, where would I find this thing? It was really black, and when I tell you black, I mean like charcoal, and it was so weird. And again, it happened like for about a week to 2 weeks. And the thing also that was very weird is that I wasn't like covered in it anywhere else. You will think like maybe my knees or my pajamas or anything, because if I crawl under the bed or whatever, then I will have this like all over me, right? But no, it was just my hands, like it was just the palm of my hands. So yes, super creepy, and it has never happened again, and I am grateful, because I don't know what the hell that was, and I could never explain it. So another one that wasn't too scary, it was actually in the morning, and I was making my breakfast. This happened in the same apartment, and actually I had a plate. It was bigger than this, and it was like it was more flat. And I was making my breakfast. The pan was right here, and I grabbed a plate to put my eggs in, and it was just a very simple breakfast, and I put it on the counter, and suddenly it started spinning like this. And I just stared at it, and I was like, oh, what is happening? And the more I left it spin, it started going faster and faster, and I was just like, what the hell what the hell is happening? And I just like grabbed it and checked it. I was like, maybe it was wet on the other side or something, or maybe the surface it was in was wet, but nothing. It was nothing. It was normal, like everything was normal. And I still again can't find a reason for it, but I just grabbed it, put my eggs in it, and that was it. Like, I just ignored it. It was just something really weird that happened. Another very creepy story, and this one is the creepiest I have, and actually it scared me so much, and still to this day I feel really scared about it. It was a very difficult thing to go through, and I don't know, okay, I will tell you. It happened like at the end of the first story that I told you, like when I was waking up with my hands covered in this very dark, mysterious dust. I don't know what the hell it was. And it was at night, and I was in my bed, and I was having a panic attack, and I was just like holding on to my covers because I was feeling so bad, and I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know what a panic attack it was back then, and so I didn't know how to make it better. Like I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. But anyway, I was holding on to my covers, and suddenly, like I was already shaking and everything, and like I was feeling really bad. But suddenly I heard this voice. It was a voice in my head. It was male, and it told me, I can give you everything you want. So it was like a promise, right? And I knew this voice, whatever this was, didn't have good intentions at all, because it had come to me in a very weak moment for me, in a moment of desperation, when I have been feeling sick for a very long time, and I've had like very difficult months really, and I was just like not in a good place at all. And so it just came to me and said that, and it actually like showed me the things that it could give me. So it was offering me health, money, success, whatever. And I just started crying so hard because I was so scared, like what the hell is this? And honestly, to this day, I think it was a demon, a bad demon. There are different kinds, I think. And again, I just started crying, and I told it to go away. I said, I don't need you. I can get whatever I want with my own means. Like, I don't need you at all. I need you to go away. And it went away, luckily, and it never came back. It has never spoken to me again. And like I said, I just started crying harder. Like I couldn't control myself. I was shaking even more, and I was like just holding super tight, and I just didn't know what the hell had happened, what that thing was, and I still can't explain it. It wasn't like I just hallucinated the whole thing, because you don't hallucinate. Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. You don't hallucinate when having a panic attack or anything like that. So yeah, I almost convinced it was a real thing, and I think it was preying on me because I was just feeling so sick and so weak and very helpless. And I actually really proud of myself, because in that moment where I felt like I had nothing else, I was strong and I sent it away, like whatever it was. So that was very creepy. Like so creepy. And again, it's still hard for me, and every time I have panic attacks and stuff, because I still deal with them, I'm kind of a little bit afraid of it coming back, but it just never has. And it's been a while, like I said, like maybe 10 years ago. So another story, like two stories, really very small. I was walking on the street, and this one time I was coming back from high school, and I had to walk from the high school to my grandma's house because it was the closest, and still it was like I think half an hour away. But anyway, I was walking and I had a ponytail, right? And suddenly something pulled from my hair very hard that even my head jerked back. And when I looked back, there was absolutely nothing. There were no trees. There was a door, like to this side there was just a wall, and there were some doors to some houses, and to this side there was nothing, like very small shrubs maybe around on the ground, the street, and then the other sidewalk at the other end. And so there was nothing like could have caught my hair. There were no trees again, nothing. And I immediately looked back, and I saw nothing. Like all the doors were closed. I thought maybe some kids were playing around and they just ran back into their house and closed the door, but there was no way in hell. Like the closest door behind me was quite far away, and at least I would have seen it closed, like the door, but nothing moved. And another time something very similar happened to me, but this one was like 8 years ago, and I was walking to the store, completely different area, and suddenly I felt like wire wrapped around my feet, and it felt like wire, I swear. It was so weird, and it was like tangled around my feet. So I was walking normally, I felt this thing around my feet, and I stumbled to the ground almost. Like I didn't fall, but I did stumble, and I was like, what the And I immediately looked, and there was nothing on my feet. Like, it disappeared. It lasted like a second, just enough to make me trip. And I look around, and this time the street was a little bit like rougher, and there was a car around, and I thought, okay, maybe there is a wire like hidden somewhere in here, but there was nothing. And again, I didn't like just tripped on it. It was like tangled around my feet. And I went to the store like I was planning to do, and on the way back I looked again at everything on the ground, and there was nothing. There was just nothing there. And again, super weird. Final story, there's a dog. Okay, maybe we will have the dog in the background, adding a little bit of spookiness to the story. But anyway, this time was at the apartment again, and there were 2 bedrooms. One of them I was sharing with my sister, and there was my parents' bedroom and then the bathroom. And they were also very close, and from there we could see very well the living room. Like, it was a very small apartment, right? So living the bedroom right in front was the living room, and to the left was the bathroom. So I woke up, I needed to go to the bathroom so bad, but at that time I was a little bit scared of the dark. And actually I just remember another thing that happened there, but anyway, and I was like, I have to go. It was like 2 p.m. It was like 2 a.m. or something, and I was like, there's no way I can like hold it in for this many hours. So I was brave enough, I stood up, so I was like wide awake. I have to say this, I was, oh my god, the dogs. Anyway, I was wide awake, so I went to the bathroom. I left the bathroom, and so I could see the living room to my left, and there was a figure in there sitting in the couch, and it was this man. I don't know how, but I knew it was this man, and it was all made of light. Like, all of him was made of light. He was sitting down, and he was like in this position, or like this. I think it was kind of like this, like covering his face, and I could sense that he was very sad. I could sense that he had just passed away, and that he was leaving behind his wife and his baby, like his family. How do I know this? I have no idea. Like, I just felt it, and he was like thinking, I cannot leave them alone, I cannot be dead. And he was like so sad, and I just felt so sorry for him. And again, I wasn't scared or anything, and I don't know how the hell did I know that at that moment. And I was like, well, that is sad. And I just went back to my bedroom. I was about to leave the door ajar, but then I was like, wait, what? Like, what was that? And then fear started coming to me, because at first I couldn't like quite register what was happening. Again, I just felt sadness, but when I was about to leave the door ajar of the bathroom, I was like, no, I'm going to close it. So I closed it. I was like 15, I guess, or something. And so I was scared. I went back to my bed, and I just like covered myself with the covers, and just like even my face. And I was so scared, like, what the hell did I just see? And again, I was awake. There was no way in hell that I just dreamt that, because I even went to the bathroom and everything. So that was also very scary, but most of all, it was quite sad. And the other story, very short, and now this is the last one. Same bedroom, same apartment. It was late at night. I don't know, it was like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. And suddenly I started hearing this knocking on the window, which was very weird, because we lived in a 3rd floor. The window was right here, like next to my bed kind of, and I was turned to this side, so I couldn't see the window, but I could hear the knocking, and they were 3 knocks. At that time I didn't know what 3 meant, and I am so happy because I would have been way more scared. Still, I was like shaking. I was like, what the hell is that? Like, there was knocking, then some space, nothing, and then the knocking again. And it went about 6 knocks kind of, and I was like, okay, I cannot be scared like this. I need to look, because maybe it was a person. Like, I had no idea how someone could have gotten this high without a ladder or something, because I would have heard that. But still, I was like hopeful. that it was a person and not a ghost. And so I turned to the window and there was nothing, and we had like a light outside, so there was no shadow or anything. A lamp post, that's what I wanted to say. We had a lamp post, and there was nothing, and then nothing, like no sound or anything, and I was like, okay, it's gone. But it wasn't gone. I heard it again, but this time I heard it in my room, in my headboard. So it was right above my head, and it still went knock, 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 right above my head. And I was like what did I do? Like what did I just invite it in? And in all that time, my sister was still asleep. She had no idea of what was happening, and I was so scared. I didn't even want to wake her up. I didn't want to talk. I just wanted to pretend there was nothing there and nothing had happened. And it knocked like 3 to 4 times, and then it was gone. But it was so scary because first it was outside. I hoped it was outside. I don't know, but then it was inside, right above my head, and I couldn't sleep for hours. Like I was so scared, and it never happened again, thankfully. But yes, it was incredibly creepy, and I don't know what happened, but around that time I was hearing a lot of things, seeing a lot of things, and it wasn't a very nice experience at all. But anyway, these are my stories. I have quite a few more, but they aren't as entertaining, I think, and I'm thinking that maybe I will write some scary stories for this season. And again, this will be fictional, but I will hope to make them as entertaining as possible. And I hope you had a good time. If you have stories of your own, feel free to share them down below. And for now, that's it. I will be seeing you later. Have a wonderful week, and bye.